I'm going to introduce you to someone right now who I call the Godfather. And I have known this gentleman
Ding,
many, many, many years. He is a motivator.
ding.
And I asked him to jump on the Zoom because, it's one thing to get information and get technical stuff, and that's great. Like, you need that. What we just got right now is priceless. But you also need some real stories, man. You need to people want to know what's possible. What can I get out of this? What type of growth? What type of lifestyle? Now, we can't do this on a regular training or Saturday training. We can talk about this stuff on a leadership call. Now, the reason why I respect him so much is because he's been doing this a long time. He has a lot of wisdom. And my parents told me a long time ago, respect your elders. Anytime someone has been on this earth longer than you have, they can teach you something. And when I tell you, I've learned so much from him over the years. He's not only a senior vice president, he's been to the top of multiple companies like this, so he understands our industry. He has friends that are billionaires. He owned a bank. I mean, I can go on and on and on. I just call him the Godfather. So I need you guys to pay close attention. He's going to just talk about the mindset, the mental makeup you have to have. And he's basically going to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. I never give him a topic. I just let him do his thing because he moves people. So please help me welcome to our boot camp training, my friend, SVP Al Thomas. Al, call is all yours, my friend.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Oren Solomon. Thank you so much. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Atlam. I know he was on there, Franco, my airplane buddy, the Williams. I love that part about cut costs and not care. Look, let me ask you a question. When you guys get sick, you want the cheap surgeon, a hurt surgeon, or you want the most expensive, the one that know what they're doing? That's right. You want the one that know what they're doing. Jeff Weber talking about generational wealth. Man, I tell you what, you ever go to a wealthy person's house? What's over the fireplace? A picture of great-great-grandpa and great-great-grandma. Why? Because they did something to set the family up for generational wealth. You go to a broke person's house, what's over their fireplace? Shoot, they ain't got one. So what am I saying? Pay close attention to what you're going to pick up tonight, today. And Miss Angela Davis is just a superstar in her own right. Jeff Weber, generational wealth. Jeff Weber's always at every convention, a trip that we go on with his kids, and he demonstrates what it means to be a true father, to be there for his kids. So I want to thank you, Jeff Weber, for being on the call today. And Mr. Oren Solomon, what can I say? When I got the call, he says, I want you to talk about mindset. I said, that's all I know is mindset. He said, that's good. That's what I want you to talk about. Well, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, get your notepads out, your journal. We're going to go to school for a few minutes. And I'm going to talk about 4 keys today, 4 keys. When he called me, I was Nashville, and then I had to get over to Seattle yesterday, got stuck up there. The pilot finally got us home a couple hours later. And I'm packing right now. I'm getting ready to pack some stuff up. I'm leaving for out of the country tomorrow for my second vacation. I took vacation 2 weeks ago. I was out of the country, and I just bought a place. No mortgage, and I'm moving stuff there tomorrow, all because of ACN. Yeah, it's lifestyle. Now, every one of you can have the lifestyle. I ain't nobody smart. I'm probably the dumbest guy on the call. But let me tell you a few things. Let me tell you a story about as I go into mindset. So everybody sit back, and I want you to really listen. God gave us all talents. Write that down. God gave everyone in this call a talent. Now, if he didn't think you could do ACN, he would never gave it to you. Now, as I know, Ryan and Meg Williams, they lived in Bakersfield, California. He was a police officer when I met him years and years ago. But look at them now. They moved to Ohio. They're trendsetters. They're setting it on fire. Why? Because of ACN. He gave you this business. If he didn't think you could do it, he would never gave you this. Now, in this story I'm going to tell you, and let's go kick back a little bit. We're going to talk about God gave me 3 billionaires at a young age. Now, this ain't your normal conversation. This is your mama's and your daddy's new skin conversation, okay? This is going to get real, 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 real. And everything I'm going to talk about is our experience, because I'm writing my book, and that's another thing I'm working on, my other book here. I got so much. This is going to be a tremendous year because I made it that way. Now, I'm going to back up and give you some things that gave me the mindset that I have today. When I got started years ago, God gave me not 1 billionaire, not 2 billionaires, but 3 billionaires that trained me. Now, knowing 1 billionaire is a lucky thing. Can we all admit that, right? Right, Cookie? I mean, hey, but 2, but when you get 3, that's a God thing. He either thought I was hard-headed or I needed help. So, And one of them trained me. Matter of fact, one of them had a birthday last Monday. He just turned 76 years old out of Dallas, Texas, Kenny Trout. And I see Mr. Evans on the call. This book came out called the Excel Phenomenon book, my first network marketing company I was in, where we did more than Microsoft. When I make my first million, there's Kenny Trout and myself shaking hands. So I'm in this book. But the thing of it is, because of my mindset, my other billionaire mentor is a politician. And we won't talk about that guy. And my third billionaire is a guy named Peter Daniels. Matter of fact, I'm on the back out of Australia. I'm on the back of his book. That's me in my younger days. He asked me to endorse his book. Now, why would a guy in Australia ask me to do that? Because my mindset was ready. I was ready because I was learning. This was funny, more solid. I found the check. Man, I was making so much money back in those days. I forgot to cash this check I just found from Excel. It was a 5-figure check. I forgot to cash it. It's in the book I found. Boy, you know, we were making so much money, and we can't talk about that. Can we talk? Well, God dang it. Man, look at it. Still got the original envelope. Forgot to cash a check. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Let's date on it. Now, mindset, look at this check. I just like, man, August 18th of 2005. Forgot to cash a check. Lord have mercy. Well, anyway, God is good. So now watch this. I don't worry about that because that was then. We're talking about now. We're going to talk about the future. Now, let me give you something to understand. There's two things that ACN has that I want you guys to really understand. Number one, write this down. The first key is leverage. 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 Your mother, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your pastor, your preacher, your deacon, your rabbi have never taught you the power of leverage. Schools don't teach you this. Since 1905, the Rockefeller took this out of the school system because they didn't want you to learn anything about money. They want you to be a good employee. Now, they'll let you be a manager. They'll let you be a manager to run stuff, but they don't want you to own stuff. So they took that out of the school system. Matter of fact, leverage is so important. Is you got to have that, and ACN has that. Number two is called residual income. Something we do one time to get paid over and over and over and over and over again. You know, I will talk about this. Let me tell you something about myself that I think I want you guys to follow this because you're in the same boat I am. What do you mean by that, Mr. Al Thomas? Well, understand, I have never had a job. Let me say that a little slower. I have never had a job. Don't know what it is. And I'm not trying to be big-headed or egotistical because let me tell you why. There's a reason why. I listened to the leaders that were on this call that helped me make that kind of income that I would not have to have one. Everything you heard today doesn't mean a pot of beans unless you apply it. It's called apply it. You got to apply it. And we'll talk about that in a second. Well, what I mean I never had a job, because I listened and I applied everything I learned, Miss Henry. Let me tell you something. My 5, 10 feet. Okay, watch this. Because I listen. Listen, everybody, look here. Look at it. Because I listen. I have been getting paid for the last 30 years. Listen to me closely. And you can too, starting today. How long you been in ACN counts? For every second, for the last 30 years, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. Watch this. Decade after first decade, second decade after third decade. That's the power of what you had your hands on. What did he tell Moses with the Red Sea? Moses, what's that in your hand? He gave you the blessing. Now you got to get off your assets and go to work for it. I'm telling you something. This is powerful. And what's powerful about it? And here's key number 2. Write this down. When you try a new thing, you must trust the leaders. Everything you heard that you got to trust the leaders. Why? They know the way. They what? Know the way. Here we go. Write this down. Learn to do it. To do what, Ms. Thomas? To get impact customers. To do what, Ms. Thomas? To do everything the leaders told you. Learn to do it. Not just learn to do it. Number 2 part is practice doing it. 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 Remember the Karate Kid. Let's go back. Remember the Karate Kid. He thought he was teaching Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi, you're not teaching me how to shine and how to do karate. He was washing Mr. Miyagi's car with one hand, waxing the other hand. Remember that? He got in the ring. He was so mad because he was not teaching the classroom style. So he thought he wasn't get taught because we've been programmed that way. He got in the ring. He says, Daniel-san, wax on, wax off. He was, whoop, whoop, oh my God, I know karate. It's the same thing what you got today. You got the instructions to make as much or as little as you want to make. The question is when you get off your backside, I'm sorry, your assets to go do it every day. Hey, Mr. Thomas, getting customers is hard. Yes, if you're not doing it. I teach my group to go out and get 3 a day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 evening. Go get 3 a day or you cannot go home and put your big head on the pillow at night. You know why? For what it's going to make of you. Look, they taught you all these years how to make, oh my God, they gave you a tip called a paycheck. If you ever got mad on Friday, type your check says, gross. And I say, there you go. Where's the rest of my money? Your good Uncle Sam, the guy you never met, that Sam, that uncle, gets his and you get the remainders. How does that make you feel? And ACS says, now you get a chance to get all that back and some more if you go to work. Let me tell you something. The only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. Everything in life takes work. But if you put an hour in that, this is what I did in the beginning. I worked an hour a day faithfully. I had my journals. If I talked to Miss Jones out there for 10 minutes, 10 minutes. I talked to Miss Earth Allen 20 minutes, 20 minutes. I talked to Miss Thomas out there 15 minutes. I talk Ace out there. I get an hour in, no matter what you guys are doing, you all got an hour. Turn that idiot box off called TV. See, you're so trained by the bell. Ding, time to get up. Ding, time to go to work. Ding. You know that exact second you got to be out that door to get to that job, don't you? You put 8 hours in that job for them boys, you won't put 2 hours a day in your own business, then you don't want it that bad. You get up out of bed shaped like a box, you sit at the table shaped like a box, you eat cornflakes out of a box, you get in the car like a box, you get down to that job at a desk like a box, then at 12 o'clock you eat out of a lunch box, then you get in that car shaped like a box, you go home, sit on the couch like a box, and you sit there and watch the idiot box until it's time to go bell. Ding, you gotta go to bed. You're so trained for success. My God. You know, Mr. Thomas, look, if you learn to do what you got today and then practice it equals, watch this, equals mastery. Write that down. Equals what? Mastery. I'm a master at this business because I mastered it years ago because I knew at a young age what, let me tell you something. When I was young, it's going to be in my book. My book, I was writing this. My dad asked me, he was under the car, working under the car. He passed me one of the wrenches or something. And his hand was all dirty and greasy, Mr. Don Hudson. And I like, grease on. I learned then, I didn't want to use my back or my hands. Watch this. Wealthy people use their minds. That's why that book is called Think and Grow Rich. It didn't say work hard. That's for broke people. Think and Grow Rich. So I thought, I can't do this kind of work. I need to seek out people that are living, watch this, the lifestyle I want to live. And when I bought my first, you know what, I can't say, and I sold it and made a profit, I bought another, sold it. Wow, I understood wealth is created here. It's called Think and Grow Rich. I started mastering how wealth was created. You can create that nascent leverage. Let's say you got started with just 2 people in the month of January. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 2 is 64, times 2 is 128 people if you did that just for 7 months. The power of 1, Miss Kim Johnson. What if you add Miss Jones, past Mr. Jones? What if you added 1 more? 3. Times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81, times 3 is 243, times 3 is 729, times 3 is 2,187 IBOs in 7 months. Why can't you? My best month in network market was over 8,000 people joined my team worldwide in 1 month. Wow. Well, Mr. Thomas, you're lucky. No, it's called work. It's called work because I became a master at this business. 30 years getting paid a master at it, just like Bill Gates. He mastered his trade. You need to master ACN by doing what the leaders gave you to do. Look, let's say you have a desire to make X amount of dollars, whatever that might mean to you. The question is, how many customers and IBOs does that take you? See, here's the mistake most of us do. We run and chase money. Now, I never chase money. Here's my goal. I build a business. The money will come. Write that down. I build a what? A business. Number 3, you got to build a business. The money will come. I never worry about money. I've never worried about money. Never in my life worried about money. I never chased money. I chased building a business. I built a business. I never worried about when I was single. I never worried about dating. If I make money, guys, hey, the girls will come. Hey, girls, you make the money, the guys will come. Beat them off with a baseball bat. I never worried about it. All Al Thomas had to go is build a business. When my checks got so big, the banks bounced, I had it all. My God, this is not that difficult. Building a business. Let me tell you about, see, here's the problem. We try to chase money. Well, I get, no. Go build a business with people. The only thing that counts in this world is people. If I want to make more money, like ACN says, see more people. What does that mean? Show the plan. Or Solomon said, show the plan. Here, write this down. SVP, 4 steps to SVP. First of all, you thought it was a motor oil. See the people. Oh my God. You mean I got to see people? Only if you want to get wealthy. See the people. Number 2, show the people. We could sit here, and I had the globe here, and I could send a TV, I could send a video, text or email it halfway across the world to Mr. Payon, who's on the call, by the way, from Japan. He could see it in seconds. In the old days, I used to love Warren Solomon's story. He had to get his car, and a little hoopty, ran out of gas, and he had enough to barely get back and put the TV set in the back. No, in seconds. Around the world, the whole world's your oyster. And you're sitting there like a little time. Well, No, send that video out. Hey, what did you like the most? Sign them up. Okay, see the people. Show the people the opportunity. Then you shock them, the people. You shock them because they ain't gonna believe how great this is, because there's nothing out there as good as ACN. I've seen them all. Trust me, when something new come on, who do you think everybody call when a new opportunity comes? They try to get me because they know I know how to make money. No, I know how to build. I'm a builder. I've been the top of 2 network marketing companies. I can't tell you what my biggest check is. I can't talk about that. But let me tell you, if you show the people, see the people, get their phone number, show the people, shock the people. The fourth thing is you sign up the people. You sign them up. I got a new thing I'm going to launch in March. It blows my mind. I'm so excited. I can't sleep. I was up this morning, and I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day. I'm up at 3. I used to get up at 4 was my time, but I got up an extra early. God, I got up because I got something so fantastic. It scares me. Let me ask you a question. Are your goals so big this year that it scares you? Whoa. My goals are so big, it scares me. Some of you are scared to share your little goal because it's little. You ain't thought outside the box. My goals are so huge this year, it scares me. But I also know how I'm going to get there. I know because I got to help a lot of people make a lot of money to get there. See, let me say this. You're so busy chasing money. Money ain't even real. Oh my God. What did you say, Mr. Thomas? Money is not real. That's why y'all ain't got none. Y'all chasing the wrong thing. If you chase building this business correctly, the money will follow you. It'll come after. See, money attracts. Money is attracted to business. First of all, oh my God, Lord help me. Let me give you an idea what I'm talking about. Money is not real. It only goes after people who build businesses. On your job, you can't get it. Watch this. Why is it your bank account has a dollar amount in it? Why is it your checkbook has a dollar amount in it? Why is it your debit card got the same amount on it? So is your money in 3 different places at one time? You don't even know nothing about it. Wow. I never thought about it that way, Miss Thomas. And guess what? A whole lot of money is going to be with me tomorrow when I travel out the country to another country. Wow. Write this down. Seek out people to build your business. Quit chasing money. Tip number 4. There's 4 levels to money. In case you didn't know, there's level 1 money, survival money. You guys on this call are way past that. Survival money. Survival money. Person out in the streets doing the wrong things. They're trying to survive, trying to get by. They got to do what they can. Step 2 is everyday money. Well, you guys on this call are way past step 2. What's that? You carry the money every day in your pocket. You know, you got to look at, no, everyday money. My dad used to walk around a whole bunch of change, shaking his. You ever know people walk around a bunch of change? I said, Dad, don't do that. Somebody gonna hit us on the head and we're gonna get stabbed with $4.10 in your pocket. See, real money doesn't make noise. Money don't make noise. They lied to you. They told you it was cold cash. No, it ain't cold, it's warm, and it matches everything you wear. See all the lies that you got around money? See, that's why y'all ain't got none, because you buy the lie. Who told you that lie? A bunch of people ain't got no money. Money is warm, and it goes with everything you wear. I've never had it where it didn't go with what I wore. Now, here's where you guys are out on this call. You're at the third level of money. It's called investment money. What's investment money, Mr. Thomas? I'm going to tell you in a minute, Mr. Jones. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. Hold on a second there. I'll tell you in a second, Mr. James Will. Investment money, you got extra money to get started in ACN. Not just get started in ACN, but see, honestly, you got to invest back into your business. You got to get to the internationals. You got to look. I got on my calendar. Today is Saturday. What's today? Sunday. You exactly stick 55 days from the day to get to the international. 55 days. Every day I count it down. I shouldn't, but I have to, because some people are not there where I want them to be, and I'm trying to get everybody there. So investment money. You invested in ACN. You might invest in a car, a real estate deal or two. You got a little investment money. I got that. But see, what Mr. Orr and Solomon, all the leaders want you to get us to the fourth level of money. Are y'all ready for this? It's called FU money. And it ain't what you think. It's called Fun Unlimited. Fun Unlimited. Woo! That's when you go shopping without looking at the price tag, Miss Deborah R. That's when every day is a holiday. That's when you wake up and your reality is better than your dreams, because most people's dreams are better than their reality. Whoa, Mr. Thomas. Wow. Can you imagine? Look. What's your goal for 2024? How small is it? I'll tell you what I want you to do right now. Exercise. Whatever your dollar amount you want to make this year, write it down on a piece of paper. Don't even, I don't even want to know. Just write it down on a piece of paper. Now, write it down. Hurry up, hurry up. We got a lot to cover here. I got a little bit of time left. I got to get in here and get ready to get my driver to get this stuff down to the port, to the plane. Now, write that down. Now, you wrote it down. Everybody wrote. Did you write down what your plans are for the much on it? Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to double it. Double it. It's too small. Double it. Double it. You're thinking too small. Double it. My God. Some of you, 4 or 5 in there, hard to have a heart attack already. If I had you 5 or 10 times it, you would probably just would have to call health share to come pick your body up and put it in the morgue. Why are you so afraid of it? The very thing you seek. Wow. All right. Here's what I want everybody to do. A little exercise. I want everybody to just, if you're not driving, just sit back on your chair for a second. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to visualize with me, in 55 days, you're walking across the stage. There's 15 to 20,000 people in Dallas, Texas, celebrating our 31st year. And you're going across the stage. They just called your name up. You're sitting on the floor. You get up, you go down the aisle, because they just called you for your next promotion that you're seeking right now, but you achieved it in 50 days and 5 days to spare. And now you're going up on the stage, see yourself walking down the aisle, making a right turn, coming up the stage, up the ramp to the stage where the co-founders are there, bright lights on you to shake your hand. And all of a sudden you reach out, there's Tony Cooper, you shake his hand, Robert Skevanowski, Greg Parmesan, Miss Angela, there's Eli Raskins, shake their hands. And all of a sudden they tell you to go to the podium and give a few minutes speech. As you walk to the podium, you look out and everybody's on their feet cheering you on. Your eyes are, you're crying, your makeup ladies, your mascara is running. Oh my God, you're just so excited. And you give a talk that's just, you don't even remember what you said when you get done, because you're just starstruck at the lights. Watch this. And then as you make a right turn, you go down the ramp to come down off the stage. And there's every one of us on the call. All the trainers are on the call. The Megan and her husband Ryan there, Jeff Weber's there, Angela Davis is there, Franco's there, James Atlam is there, I'm there, Orrin Solomon's there. We're all there to shake your hands, to congratulate you with hugs, kisses. You're taking 10 pictures here, 15 pictures. People are patting you in the back. People that don't even know you come to say, hey, you just inspired me that I could do it out at the next convention. I'm going to make my promotion, and I'm going to have 20 people at the next convention. Oh my God, I thank you so much. You bless me. You encourage me. As you walk to your seat, It takes you 15 to 20 minutes because people are still hugging on you, still loving on you, still thanking you for what you just said on the podium. And you can't remember a word you said because you're all in the moment. Now open your eyes up. You don't remember a thing about all those negative no's. You don't remember about the people that stood you at the Starbucks. You don't remember, you don't remember none of that. All you remember through this visualization is how you felt because your peers were cheering you on because you stayed the course. Miss Kim, stay the course. Kish up in Canada, stay the course. Aaron, hey, stay the course. Stay the course, Mr. Farwell. Stay the course, Sean. Stay the course, Samuel. Stay the course, JC. Stay the course, Miss Bryant. Stay the course, Mr. Keller, because your day, Peter, is coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to open the phone lines up, and any question you may have, I'll take on about 7 questions, and then I gotta go a little bit. So I'll take on 7 questions. Take your line off. Any question you may have about mindset.
All right, guys, here's your chance. You hear from an SVP. Any question you have?
In person. When it
I'm
comes,
sorry?
who do you read or who do you listen to for mindset?
Well, I read about 3 books a month.
Who?
I hate it when I hear people say don't read. To me, that's like you're not going very far. If you don't read, listen to audios. I'm just having my group read this one again for the 2nd time. The 4 agreements. And one of the things on the 4 agreements is don't take it personal. See what happens. You hear no, your whole world falls apart because your ego and pride is in the wrong place. I don't take it personal. When people tell me I don't take it personal. See, let me tell you something. When a kid hear the word no, here's what a kid hear. Oh, yeah, mom, later. See, a kid never took a no as a no. So you can learn a lot from a kid. A kid say, oh, later. I got it. Later, mom, later. Watch this, everybody. 2 minutes later, what they do, Miss Hamilton? Mommy. Oh, mommy. Oh, boy, I told you. Okay, later. A kid never took a no as a no. 10 minutes later, because they know adults have amnesia, they're right back in there. Mommy, no, I told you can't. And then they go to daddy. Dad, see, a kid never took a no for a no. So you can learn a lot from a kid. They didn't take no sales class. They came out selling. The first thing a baby wants was milk. No sales course needed. See, a baby is born with 2 fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. Everything else you were poured into you, all that negative crap that you got in you was poured into you because God brought you out in this world with nothing but 2 fears. The rest you inherited from all the people around you. So I read about 3 books a month, and I switched off with that one. I got a couple other ones that The Greatest Network is a good one. I got so many. They're in the other room because I don't even watch TV. I don't even watch TV. TV is an income reducer. I don't watch TV. All the TV give you is a red eyeballs and a hollowed head. That's all the TV give you. Now, a friend of mine, man, the football game. Dude, who won 5 years ago? I don't get rest back in. Did you make any money? Was your cousin playing? Who cares? That's why they're making millions of dollars, because you idiots watch them. You idiots. That's why. Watch them. Who's watching make your first million? Hello?
We got a question from
Man, my goal is so big, I can't afford to watch that junk.
Go ahead.
I can't afford to watch that stuff.
Mr. Al Thomas?
I never have. I took out a little bit of time, and that's it. Limited time over the holidays. Limited time on the holidays. Okay, let me clear an idea. My cousin just passed away. He's a weather reporter up in Seattle, Washington, chemo. That's where I was yesterday when I talked to Mr. Solomon. 600 people show up to his it was at the Air Museum because he was so influential. And I saw all these people's lives, 600 people, quality people. I mean, they come in senators, the TV, think about it. When you pass away, who's going to be at your place? Who are your influences? Whose life are you changing? Wow. Hey, when you die, the date you passed away and the date you were born, what's important is what happens between that dash. Whose life are you touching? Wow. I've got 18 people I coached that are millionaires in network marketing. One of my guys, Jordan Allen, here's his book. He talks about me in the book. But think about it. What if you died tomorrow? What would your tombstone say? He tried. Tried's for losers. Let me ask you a question. Do you go to your car or do you try to go to your car? You go to your car. You don't try. What if somebody tell me I'm going to try? No, you ain't doing it. There's a big difference, folks. The life and death is in the power of your words. Be careful of your words. Man, it's so important. My niece just signed up at Dallas. She's 18 years old. She came out. I flew in Thursday. I flew back out Thursday. She signed up. Her brought her mom and dad and blah, blah, blah. Then she's 18 years old. You know what? She's on her way because she's following what her uncle did. I'll say, I'll coach you. There's one thing I teach people. You got to be coachable. And you got, just like I said earlier, one of the T's, you got to listen to people who's done it. Now, one of the things I talk about when I talk to the average person, but this is going to be good, is it's only $324 to start this business. That's all I tell people. Now, my goal, listen up. My goal, it shows you can make $300. I mean, it's $200, $500, $800. My goal is to make it $600 to $800 in the first 7 to 10 days, not 30 days. I cut in half. And here's my disclaimer. If you're coachable, if you're not coachable, I ain't got time for you. My time is so valuable. I had a guy call me the other day, said, Mr. Thomas, I know you do HCM, but what if I want you to personally coach me? What would you charge me? I said, well, my rate is $1,000 for 30 minutes or $2,500 for 1 hour. Which one do you want? See, you understand, my time is valuable. I got the accolades after 30 years. I got all the accolades that HCM had. I got all the accolades that I've got all that. I've already paid the cost. I've done it. So why would you not listen to people like Orrin Solomon who's done it? Why would you not listen to these leaders? They have done it.
Awesome. We got a few more
Only
questions
Frank's
out.
trying to do the Frank Sinatra way, my way. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Come next
All right,
question.
Nolan, go ahead, Nolan. And then we'll get to Kendra.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Thomas. I've met you a few times at the events. I have one question for you. Well, two. One, why did it take you so long to write your future book? And is it only going to be one book, or is it like a whole Encyclopedia Britannica in sections? Because you're amazing.
Well, thank you, sir, Mr. Nolan. You know what? I wrote a book years ago. My mentor, Peter Daniels, I went to Australia. We went to Singapore. He invited me over for the International Board of Youth for Christ. And this is how God is. The whole way over the ocean, Pacific Ocean, there was a rainbow to follow the plane. I got to Singapore, never been there for my life. The airport's full of orchids. But anyway, long story short, he asked me to join the International Board for Youth, and I was of Christ. And I was like too small thinking. That blew my mind. Why me? But I wrote a book because he writes his books in 24 hours. I mean, he writes book after book in 24 hours. It's his Rolls Royce. And I mean, and I decided to do it. And I did it, but I never published it. Then recently, God put me, it's like, Al Thomas, it's time. So I'm writing 2 books at the same time right now. I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep. I'm just so, the first one's going to be called God's Gift. And I already got the titles. I get up in the morning now, and my hand just my hand just goes like this now. It's just like this. It's like this. Without me even saying, it's just like, it's like God's writing this. Oh my God. So I'm writing 2 at the same time. And I got a couple more coming out that's in me. God says, now is your time. So that's why my goal is so big. I got to do this. See, we think too small. If I told you my goal, how much money my goal was, some of you would like, but I can attain it because he's giving it to me, just like he gave you guys ACN. What's the second part of your goal? Your question. So yeah, there's a couple books. I'm doing 2 at one time.
Awesome. All right, we got 1 or 2 more. Go ahead, Kendra.
1 or 2 more.
Kendra, you got to unmute yourself.
See, here's the problem. A lot of you guys can go where your leaders are going if you follow them. Some of you won't go because you're too hard-headed, you won't listen, and your ego and pride is wrong. That's why they can't get you to where you need to go and making that 10, 20, 30, whatever it is you want to make.
All right, we got one more. Hold on. Is Kendra going to jump on? You got your hand up. Kendra Selby. Going once. Going twice.
One more person after that.
All right,
I know the dumb question is one you don't ask.
I'm here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
Kenny.
here. Sorry, my phone was my tablet wasn't allowing me to unmute. My question
That's right.
was
You're the guy with Amway phone. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
yeah. That's really that's funny. My question is for like just in the direct sales, you've been in for 30 years for overall someone wanting to just have a success to maybe a 6-figure level and above. For what book would you recommend that would be great to read that would encompass like team building, culture, and everything that a leader would know from beginning to a leader would know to have the direct sales business be as much success they can.
The greatest networker in the world.
Okay.
Now, let me help you with something. Here's what people do. They read a book. And I can ask you about a week later, what'd you learn? And no, you have to write this down. You have to study a book.
Okay.
That little black book says study to show yourself a proven, a workman worthy. Are you worthy? See, the reason why we're not making the kind of money we need to make, we're not worthy of it. That little black book, BIBLE, stands for Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. It's not a religious book. It's a book on business. It's a business book. And I get so much out of that business book because it's business. Remember I said earlier, you could read but not know what you read. But you got to study the book. Then you take notes. And that's why I've got every call I do every day for the last 5 years. I got every call, the notes. What I have, let's see, I got a couple of speakers on there. Miss Curtis Evans, I got every note he's ever said. I got every call he's ever been on because I take notes. Leaders are readers, but I take notes. But I also take time to go back and regurgitate. And what I say, implement what I learned. Number one is to learn it. Okay, what'd you learn? The second thing is what? Practice it. And that is the key to get you wealthier. You have to become the person first before you obtain the money. You gotta, you gotta be, do, have. You heard that? Be, do, have. You gotta be. What does be mean? Being Oren Solomon, being that leader that will attract the people you need. Because money is attracted to leadership. Money's attracted to people that build businesses. We're here to build a business, but we're attracting the wrong kind of people because we're not attractive enough to drain that person to us. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And you get that, and you study it, be, do, have, oh, you're on your way there, man. Nothing can stop you there.
Thank you.
Because principles don't lie. Principles don't change. And wealth principles have always been the same. Very simple to follow. Last question. Thank you, sir.
One more. We got Kush. Go ahead, Kush.
Oh, my friend Kush up in Canada. Love that guy.
You guys, sorry, I was can you hear me? Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to be. Tomorrow I'm going to be launching a brand new business partner out of Florida, and I want to create a success story for her, really powerful. Do you recommend that? I want to get her started. She's already got a bunch of people that she wants to present the business to. Do you recommend that we put them all in front of the business immediately after the launch that day, or okay?
Absolutely. See, money. Let me tell you something else about money. Money is attracted to speed. The faster you do stuff, the quicker it goes. You ever try to steal some slow motion? You get caught. You got to get fast with this. That's why that tempo you said is important. So as soon as they get signed up, boom. Let me ask you guys a question. When do you guys want to get paid, now or later? What's the answer? Now. So why put it off? Who taught you to think that way? You know, and the last thing I'm going to say, a lady put in the chat, her upline is dead. It's not whatever. Look, it's not your upline's responsibility. Whose responsibility is it? Let me tell you something about my upline. My upline has never done anything for Al Thomas. Oh, my upline didn't help me. It ain't your upline's business. It's your business. Your upline is good for one thing and one thing only. Put your big boy and big girl pictures on. Is to show you the opportunity. It's your responsibility to take it from there. It said an independent IVO. It didn't say dependent. So why you guys keep depending on this? Who taught you to think that way? It's a business.
Wow.
My upline did one thing and show me the business. The rest is up to Al Thomas. And that's why I built such a massive organization, because I took 100% responsibility. Why do you think Mr. Oren Solomon is where he's at, folks? Because he took 110% responsibility for his business. He could care less about his upline. It's his business. And once you understand that, you'll get a lot further in this business. And 2024 will be such a phenomenal year for you. It'll blow your mind what you can do. So with that said, I'm going to put it back in Mr. Oren Solomon. Mr. Oren Solomon, my dear friend, thank you for allowing me to share a little bit with your group here. Thank you guys for being a part of this. But stay close to Mr. Solomon. He's got nothing but your best interest in mind. And sure, when he tells you wax on, wax off, you may not like that, but do it anyway. It's what you're going to learn.